Another week of a founder living his life in Valencia, building his personal brand, building a personal brand company, and helping other people to build their personal brands. Enjoy the video and see again a realistic life of a founder without this flashy lifestyle. Cheers. This week, we are focusing on conversions, means we want to get new leads on our list, means filling the waiting list. We're doing a creative content creation co-working session on Friday to attract people. I'm going now into planning the week. So if you didn't watch the last video, you should really watch it. Taking off some time from the computer, blocking my AI systems. Even just for 2 days, it helped me so much. I feel so much better, so much full of energy. My sleep already got a bit better. I love it. I'm going to plan my week. You will be part of it as usual. Cheers. We made it to the coffee for our weekly meeting. Look who's here. What is Piero doing? He's really excited because he can set up a new camera. Because we got a new camera, or I got a new camera that we can use.
You said we, it's mine too.
No, we have a new camera for the whole content production of Merkion videos, especially webinars. This is like one of the most important things why I wanted to have had a really good camera. So he's setting it up now, and then we're going into our weekly planning. So I let him play a little bit, getting another coffee, and then we're heading right into this meeting.
Okay. No, so this camera, and then before we see you, SaaS, there's a little question like what this best describes you.
We had an interesting conversation now about like the different platforms we're currently trying to put things out, which was like LinkedIn for both of us, YouTube for both of us, Instagram for him, and for me repurposing my long-term formats into short-term content for Instagram. But what we realized now also, which was a little bit diluting what we are doing, and I think also like keeping our results quite low, is like focusing on too much things at once. So what we decided now to make this really more tangible, and I think what is also like the good thing about this is like because we can like take the learnings we are getting and apply them later is, so I'm focusing more on LinkedIn. I already always made like my LinkedIn work, even though I changed my niche. I made it work after a certain time. So I'm focusing completely on the LinkedIn part. We're taking Piero for now out of the LinkedIn part. Instagram, for example, it's not my platform. I can upload stories. Sometimes I can like say some weird things, but I'm not super consistent in making short-term videos. And the third thing, also YouTube. So Piero was also doing vlogs, but felt also for him a little bit the pressure. I need to make a vlog, so we realized this makes no sense. So decision and what we are doing from now on is I'm focusing on LinkedIn. Piero is focusing on Instagram, doubling down on this. And we're focusing for now on my founders vlog, how we're building the companies, because we currently anyways have in our areas a super big overlap. And what I said earlier, I think the good thing here is also like we can develop slowly the right blueprint and apply them later to the opposite person. You know, if we know like what is working on Instagram, we can apply it more to my side. When we have LinkedIn and where people like and what are our ICPs and so on, we can apply this to Piero. And for vlogs basically the same. Or even we have the company at a stage where there are really two unique anchors all the time. Yeah. So yeah, I guess this was a bit interesting. So message and learning out of this. Don't dilute your attention in too many different platforms because you want to do them. If you're good at LinkedIn, for example, double down on it. If you're good on Instagram, double down on it. You know, like if you like to do YouTube and you're good at it, do YouTube. But I don't want you to, like we did it, focusing too much on two different things. I was forcing Piero into LinkedIn, for example. Stupid decision. So double down on the things where you're good at. Have a newsletter set up, and this is at the beginning enough. That's the learning. Apply this. Take this with you. I think it's something sometimes we and also other people do this. We were already thinking 5 steps ahead, and we're already like treating certain things like that our company is at the stage where we can do this. And it's not the case. And for now, the most important thing is, like we also had this conversation last week, separating the tasks again based on our strengths and just our strengths. And even though there is sometimes it's maybe like more on his plate or then more on my plate, as long as our strengths, we're going with this. This is not the time to learn everything new. Everybody is now like focusing, teaching the other person, and then we applying the learnings and keeping the external inputs as low as possible. Quick midweek update. We are 2 days into the actual week. And yeah, as I already shared, we had the goal of this week, like getting 10 new leads. And we already have 40% of this reached, 4
in total, which is super nice. They also all signed up before we send it out the new newsletter today, where we're sharing once a week tips about business and branding actually. And what I really like is also like that this newsletter got like a 75% opening rate. Because we changed something really small, I just added a question to the subject line, which is really cool. I'm heading out now. I want to go for a walk. I already had a stressy day. I need just like to clear my head a little bit. I need to head out. See you later, guys. Thursdays is always my day where my brain is already super cooked, like really super cooked. No, so I got a little bit out of the, let's say, it's nice weather here in Valencia. I'm going for a walk, getting a glass of vino, chilling a bit, reading a bit. Tomorrow also our event is happening, and yeah, I still owe you some updates on like how we got our leads together. It's Friday. I'm getting ready for our little creative content co-working session that we're doing today in a coffee spot here in Valencia. As you also saw in the other vlogs, our company is basically a run and gun company. We're building it wherever it is cool and it has a vibe. Yeah, but there will be 10 other entrepreneurs coming, creating their content, their scripts, all of the stuff. The session is basically 75 minutes on focused work on the things they actually want to do. And then 45 minutes of feedback, socializing, and so on. And as I'm German, I will also like tell them to stick to the 75 minutes working on the things they're supposed to work on. That's it. I'm getting ready. As you can see, I will take you with me, give you some insights. Little lead counter. We are at 9 leads, so 1 missing for the weekly goal, which is nice, which we'll get today. I'm pretty sure about this. But yeah, I'm getting ready. I'm more and more becoming Spanish and start to run late. So see you later. This is our first co-working session focused on content creation. Maybe a little bit to the background why we're doing this at all. And we're building a new company which is called Merkion. We want to build an ecosystem for founders, entrepreneurs that want to build their personal brand to support their business and grow their business. And sometimes with the content creation, it's like, don't want to do this. So we and other people were also telling us, we're missing sometimes a bit the accountability. So this is the main reason why we're doing the session today. You all came with an objective, and I want you to achieve this objective today, because it's always about like the commitments you make to yourself. So the session is really like for the first 75 minutes, focus on achieving your goal that you want to achieve today. Behind this is a light version of our software Merkion, which is basically you answer 4 questions and it's giving you 8 content ideas on basically things that happened in your business. So you just can scan this here. I think we have to change the equation, because beforehand we were like how we building it and giving like this kind of branding stuff on the side, and now like the branding stuff should become the main objective, and this building the company around should be like, you know, like still in there somehow.
Yeah, but more as like something that happened inside the video very quick, but not the.
Yeah, but also like in the titles and everything, that it's like here, this is how I'm building my personal brand and my personal branding agency for founders, you know, that it's still like, yeah, so because I think it can be still interesting somehow, the kind of content we are making for other people, because like the YouTube videos are basically part of it, and maybe they're like, oh, I like this kind of just documenting what I'm doing to attract people. A bit more realistic, you know, like there are a lot of these documenting, like founders documenting their startup thing. Our friend Timothy connected us to somebody who's actually helping people to grow their YouTube. And we had a super interesting learning, because we are basically building Merkion to help other founders to build their personal brand. And the first thing this guy was seeing on our channel, on my channel, was like, I'm documenting the build of the company, you know, but not the personal branding stuff, like the technical SaaS stuff and like how I'm approaching things as an executive. Interesting learning, a lot of think about. We will do a deep dive next week with the guy. I'm excited for this, because this is giving us already, like just this feedback is giving us, I think, a better direction. And then, yeah, hopefully he can help us a little bit to establish a certain baseline. You know, I don't want to have this. I rather have like it's going like this and then going up. Because this is consistent data, and with consistent data you can working with ups and downs. You can't work in your business, you can't work in your relationship. Good that I'm saying this. And Piero is smiling behind the camera. No, exciting. Yeah, the content co-working session is currently going. Some people are focused, some are talking. A little learning for the next session. The talkative people will be like split across the room. But no, it's nice. Happy to see the people.
One guy already tried our lead magnet, which is helping you based on 4 questions to extract 8 content ideas. Based on who you are and your personal brand, it's like a Merkion Lite, which is exciting, and he gave already good feedback on it. We're going back to also continue our meeting now. We want to talk about the challenges people have building their personal brands and how we can reach other people that want to build their personal brands, doing whatever it takes to reach these people. And now we are sailing back into our meeting. The co-working session is officially over. People left. We still discussed a little bit of things. I guess it was a great success so far. A lot of different people showed up with different backgrounds, different problems and pains. Exactly. Yeah, people worked on their ideas. Some also used like one of our lead magnets that's basically helping you on 4 questions to get 8 content ideas, and it's like a Merkion Lite. We had some interesting conversations with people. We got some new angles where people are really struggling, so it's nice to have these conversations to get more to the actual problems the people have and not just like some symptoms because of a problem. We also have to say we are now like really tired. The last 5 hours were like a lot of input. We had also, like as you saw earlier, a session with a YouTube specialist, got input there. Yeah, building our personal brands, building the business. It's a lot. It's always good if you're currently also building your brand, your business or something. Get in contact with your target audience. Set up some, like setting up a quick meetup, a quick co-working session. I don't know, it's easy, it's free, and you're getting so much information out of it, which you will not get from posting 20 content pieces, You don't see the people. Here you can talk to people. You can also see how they react to different things. I had a conversation with one girl, she wants to build her personal brand, and she was talking and talking and talking and talking, and I was like just telling her like the only thing when your face lighted up when you were talking about what you want to do and you want to be your brand is this specific thing. And this is nothing you can see in front of your screen. We had it already in a couple of videos. Talk to your people, get in contact with them, get out in the world, understand the problem, fall in love with the problem they have, and then solve it. This is what we are here for. This is why I'm building this brand for. This is why we're building this company, helping people solve their problems with building their personal brands.
I think one of the biggest takeaways was, well, one, the meeting that we had with this YouTube specialist, because one thing that he did say that we're going to start applying now, we've been very focused on showing how we're building Merkion, that we forgot to actually give out the value of how to build a personal brand, which is what people are actually interested in. And we've been talking more from like a very technical, building a SaaS company, product, whatever point of view. So now the idea of this whole YouTube channel, of your YouTube channel, is to give people real value on how to build a personal brand. So we want to focus on that more. So if you have any questions regarding how to build a personal brand, how he's done it so far, or how, I've done it, feel free to ask in the comments. I'll pop in whenever I can.
Maybe also there's one thing, like a big learning for me was like sometimes it's good to get like a third opinion on something or like a second opinion, like if you're too much into the details and you're like constantly creating, doing your stuff, sometimes you're losing a little bit the angle. And this angle, for example, we lost her. And even though we had the conversation for another platform that this is exactly the thing we have to change, we didn't thought that this is the same mistake we're doing on another platform. And this can be really helpful and save you time and energy if you have the possibility, and if you also have like if you have the possibility to get some external help. You don't have to figure out anything by yourself. Sometimes it's more worth to spend like 500 euros on a strategy session or a session with somebody who is an expert in a certain field, and he can give you some tips that save you weeks or months of figuring things out. Like the return on invest can be so much higher. This maybe also as a tip, but not going into this because we're here to build personal brands. I think before we completely, my head is like falling on this table and Bureau is falling back. We're ending it for now. Going into the weekend, I'm stopped working for today. It's Friday.
Same, dude. It's been a long week.
There are some new things coming.
So my friends, this time not heading out, this time closing the video here in my office. And what should I say? There are a lot of things happened in the last week. We had this interesting YouTube call where this guy also called us a little bit out on what we are doing. And what I realized, and what will be also like a little bit the direction for the upcoming videos and everything, is like telling you more about personal branding. We are building Merkion to build our personal brands and help other people to build personal brands. We are doing these events where people coming because they trust me, they trust Piero, because we have a personal brand. It's all about personal branding, and it has so many different aspects. It's not just posting stuff. It's like who you are, your identity and everything. This is personal branding basically. And we went maybe also sometimes a little bit into more technical stuff with the company. So I want you to know for the next videos, we are going completely into branding because this is what we are helping you with. This is why Merkion exists, the whole Merkion universe, why we're building this community and why we're doing these events. So yeah, stay tuned for this one. I hope you liked this video. Let me know in the comments what you think. This was another week, another realistic week of a founder living his life in Valencia without of this flashy lifestyle, just hopping from coffee to coffee. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this one. Get up, build your personal brand, follow us, follow me, because I will help you to build your personal brand and build the brand and business you want to have. So with this said, I'm out. Have a wonderful day. Cheers.